All right, I'm going to take a look right now at June of 2023. So let's just see what we got. Is this going to be a month that lives in infamy, or is it going to be a month? All right, so we get a root card of the Reverse Magician and a main card of the Nine of Swords. All right, let me hit this light here. Does that help? Okay, the Reverse Magician is the root. Here is confidence in basically what you're doing and the many skills, right? The Magician reversed is when there is no confidence. So it's very hard to project anything good because there's no confidence in oneself and one's abilities. And that is the root card for the Nine of Swords, which is basically fear and anxiety. So what we get right away is a lack of confidence leading to fear and anxiety. All right, there's a lot of different ways that that can take shape. So let's just see what's on either side of this Nine of Swords. Hmm. All right, on one side we have a Three of Wands, and the other side we get the Temperance card. So the Three of Wands is showing something that we've put a lot of energy into. Um, I am getting like that it is referring to crops and you know, I mean basically crops and probably food supplies and that sort of thing, like a growing season. But ultimately, the three is about something that we've put a lot of energy into. It requires our nurturing, and it just takes a little while to grow, right? So a Three of Wands would show pretty much good energy. And here there is a lack of confidence in whatever it is that is being grown here. And there is basically crippling and paralyzing fear that shows up in the Nine of Swords. Now, ultimately, this moves forward, and then we have the Temperance card, which in this particular case, it doesn't really show a solution. You know, what the Temperance card is showing is maybe just being more measured in the way that you see things. So you wouldn't be crippled by fear like the Temperance card is being very patient and like measured in your approach. So that doesn't offer any sort of solution to if there is a problem here in crops and growing and that sort of thing. All right. So what else do we got? I guess we're going off the top. Fascinating. Reversed Ace of Cups and a reversed High Priestess. I'm just going to move these out of the way here. So what I would get out of these three is a fear over probably a growing season. Now, what else do we get? The reversed Ace of Cups and the reversed High Priestess. And the reversed Ace of Cups is like not allowing happiness or fulfillment to exist in any form. So even if what you wanted were there, you know, the cup is upside down, so it can never be filled. Um, and the reversed High Priestess is showing energy that is supposed to be protected that is not. Really, the reversed High Priestess is, it is like, I mean, it's like energetic or spiritually being, I guess, raped because I can't think of a better word to say that. But it's essentially what it's like something that is supposed to be hidden or secret and sacred, and internal, it gets forced into, you know. So there is, we'll say, being violated, right? Spiritually and emotionally violated. And hey, it looks like that's what we got coming up for June. So let's see why. We get a Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, the spiritual seeker. So this is going outside of the comfort zone to find an answer to some question that's burning. I mean, the Knight of Cups would say that this violation that happens here happens because of, at the very least, something new. So I'm just going to find out if this is more of an internal thing or an external thing, this Knight of Cups. I mean, honestly, so looking at the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups is showing that it would be internal, right? But as I look at it, what I'm kind of getting is more of a media type thing. But still, even if you're presented with some sort of manipulative imagery that is meant to fuck with you, it's still going to happen on an individual level. So a lot of that is going to react with whatever is inside of you, you know. So this would say that it's internal, even though I think that it is triggered by imagery that we are exposed to. I'm going to pull one more on that just to see what the heck. Reversed Ace of Pentacles. I mean, right away, this is making me think of the markets, like just general market well-being. But the Ace of Pentacles is the root of all this wealth, right? And the Ace of Pentacles reversed is when this shit doesn't have a method of getting out, or it's like the upturned wealth. So, dang. Well, what this looks like to me is imagery that is at the very least meant to cause us to fear some sort of big market collapse or some sort of big economic to do. Well, shit, we've already been exposed to that in the United States with the whole debt ceiling bullshit, right? So, we had this thing, and the media was just fucking hammering this into our heads like, oh, the United States could default on all of its, loans and shit, and it's like, oh, the markets are going to collapse, everything's going to be fucking worthless. And in that way, this looks like more of the same. All right. So, what have I not looked at? What have I not asked? Let's just see what we get. One of the good things is, so far, it hasn't shown any massive calamity. So let's just see what we get here. Oh, geez. Well, that could be massive calamity. All right. A Ten of Swords with a root card of a reverse Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a group that normally works together. Here they cease working together, and the Ten of Swords is showing an inevitable harm that comes from something that was being avoided. Now, I'm just going to see if this has anything to do with Ukraine. This is a yes or no sort of question. And we get the Lovers, so I suppose that would be a yes. Now, what exactly does this mean? I guess it would mean something that people have been afraid of might actually be coming to pass there. Is it a nuclear event? Let's just see. With the Eight of Pentacles, I would not necessarily say. Actually, what I'm thinking here is more of like some sort of a meltdown or a reactor. Maybe it's like a big sort of industrial fucking fire or some shit like that. But I wouldn't say that this is nuclear weapons. If anything, this would be a reactor. Okay. Well, I guess I'll probably check back in on this because a lot of it is vague and spooky. So we'll see in the coming days what we got. But that's it for now. Peace.